Activision Blizzard King, that Activision and Blizzard games are coming to Game Pass,
Finally.
starting with Diablo 4 on
Let's
March
go.
28th, which
We were
I'm
waiting for that.
super excited to share today.
Okay, cool.
And it's all part of our commitment to make Xbox, the Xbox experience, and the games that we build as widely available as possible. So now the 34 million Game Pass members can all enjoy the fantastic experience of Diablo 4.
Amazing. Can we come back to the point, Phil, you mentioned at the top, this isn't really a change in strategy for us. Can you recap for me how it isn't?
Yeah, and I thought both Matt and Sarah did a really nice job of talking about what we're doing on Xbox, where we're going. You know, if you take a platform feature like Xbox Play Anywhere, which has been a promise that we've made on our first-party games, that you can buy our game once, you're going to get to play across Xbox and Windows. I think we're the only platform that does this. That makes it possible for you not only to play with your friends wherever they are, but to know that you actually have multiple entitlements to the games. I think that's a technology I would love to see applied to more platforms. But it is this view that people are going to play Xbox in multiple places. Whether it's play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want, whether it's content, community, and cloud, whether it's when everybody plays, we all win. Like, we've had different taglines, different strategy, kind of words that we've used, but always with this view that Xbox is a platform for creators who want to reach the most players. Our investments in xCloud, our investments in franchises like Minecraft and now Call of Duty and other large franchises, so that we learn how to build those. This has been a strategy that we've been on for, I'd say, a decade. It's not about one device. It's not about games in service of a device, but rather the devices that people want to play on should be in service of making the games as big and popular as they possibly could be. Because really, a healthy creator community on Xbox, a healthy creator community in gaming all up, is the thing that all of us as game players should be voting for, because that's the thing that will lead to the best long-term success and growth in this industry.
And my understanding, just from listening and learning from you three over the past few weeks, just understanding what's happening with Xbox, is that we see trends with player behavior where people are playing on multiple devices. That is the reality. And we have put some games out on multiple platforms before. So my understanding is that that's been good for players. How does that come back to the business with all of that in mind?
Yeah, as you said, we have shipped games on other platforms. In fact, realistically, if you look with the addition of Activision and Blizzard and ZeniMax, we're one of the largest game publishers on PlayStation. We're one of the largest publishers on the Nintendo Switch, especially when you put Minecraft into the equation as well. And now we're one of the largest publishers on mobile platforms as well. And that's not something that we want to back away from. We want to continue to be building great games that millions and millions of people can love, and that they can play those games where they want to go play. But we do understand the business success that Xbox has to have. Us as leaders in this business, the system today, the system that all companies that we play video games from, is a world of you got to be growing your business. Growth in our Xbox business is critical to the long-term health of Xbox. Many people know I've been on Xbox for over 20 years. And I want to make sure Xbox is in the best position for the next 20 years. That means healthy player community, healthy creator community, and healthy business. So when we look at opportunities to allow more people to play, more people to engage, more people to buy, more people to subscribe, it's all about putting Xbox in the best position. And our hardware is a critical component of that. The absolute best experience somebody has on Xbox is hardware that your team builds and that people play on. But that's not going to be everybody. We fully accepted that we're going to have Xbox players across all kinds of devices.
So I think a lot of people think about 2023 as this incredible year for gaming. And in a lot of ways it was. There were some really amazing releases that I think we all enjoyed. But what were the signals behind the scenes that maybe indicated how we wanted to look at the future of Xbox and how we kind of keep up with the industry?
Yeah, such a good question. And I think it's, as people who care about the industry, which I assume is people who are watching this, it was an amazing year. Some great launches, some of the games that I think will stand the test of time and people will be talking about a decade from now. But it's an industry that didn't really grow. And what happens when an industry doesn't grow? You end up with some job eliminations, which we had. We had even our own hard decisions to make about building a sustainable business for ourselves, but in no way were we alone in that. When you think about a healthy industry, I want players who believe that they will find the best games on the platforms that they love. I want people who invest their careers in working here to feel like this is a place that they can be successful. And that really is down to being part of an industry that is growing. If you listen to Lisa Su, the AMD CEO, she'll say that AMD-powered consoles are likely to decline in 2024. I think there's an amazing set of games coming in 2024, but if we don't get to growing as an industry, the industry will struggle. And today there's really two choices on how do you grow the industry. Do you say I have a fixed number of players, the players that we have today, and do I find new ways to monetize those players to get more money from the players that I have? Or do you think about how do I expand the business I have by finding new players and adding those to the base of players that already play? Our focus on Xbox for the last decade has really been on that latter point of how do we make sure Xbox is growing for our players, growing for our creators, so those people are finding success on our platform, which will grow the Xbox business and put Xbox in a position to be very strong for years and decades to come.
Matt, earlier you were talking about these growing gaming communities, how they're incredibly large, and comparable on such a different level when we think about console audiences. Like you mentioned Roblox, you mentioned Fortnite. So how are we're obviously thinking about our responsibility, our hardware responsibility is supporting the growth of gaming communities. How has that actually shown up for the players? Are there other games we can speak to from our portfolio?
Well, as Phil mentioned, I mean, two of the biggest ones for us, Call of Duty and Minecraft, I mean, they are driven just from the bottom up by the communities of people that play those games, which is so great. I think about it, for the player community, it comes down to where are the friends, where are the people you play with, and then equally important is where have you built up your library of games, right? Where have you invested? Where's that library? I think those two things probably are some of the biggest influences on where people choose to play and what devices they choose to play.
Yeah.
When we think about, on the other side, the developer side, just any game developer wants their game to find the biggest audience possible. That's just the nature of building a game. You want people to enjoy and participate in what you've made. And I think we're in a unique position to deliver on that just because we are the platform. We build hardware, we've got a first-party games group, and then we've got a system that ties that together, that brings together your friends, your progression, your achievements, all of that. And I think that's really what has contributed to the momentum behind some of these communities.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look at, just step back and you look at the history of the industry, we've moved from a place where it used to be that someone built and launched a game to accelerate hardware to actually the things we do with our hardware and with our platform are all in service of making those games bigger. And we think about that across all of the investments we make, the consoles we build, the investments we do with things like cross-play, cross-progression, the things that we're doing with cloud. How do we actually give more options to game creators so they can have the greatest success? I think one of the fun recent examples about this is actually Palworld. You know, Palworld was able to launch, they were a game preview, they launched in Game Pass, they also simultaneously launched in Steam. And through the combination of those things, Pocket Pair was able to have this outsized success, and it was the largest third-party Game Pass launch ever. And that's all because we give creators options on how they can launch their games. We've got subscription, we've got retail, we've got free-to-play, we've got game preview. We have the consoles, we have our experience on PC, and they can access all of those things. And when we step back and we just look at the performance of our platform all up, we know it's working. We're at the highest level of users on console, the highest level of users on PC, the highest level of users on cloud ever. We have double-digit growth rate on PC and cloud, places where we're enabling creators to actually reach new players beyond the console ecosystem. And that's why we're leaning into it and doing more, because we see all those signals.
So we're talking about the role that hardware plays for creators, for the games and those communities. What about the role that hardware plays for us as a business, for Xbox?
When we look at our hardware, it really is, and Phil said this earlier, it's where you get like the most flagship seminal experience of Xbox. And it also represents a developer target. Our developers can build the specs of our hardware, and we invest to make sure they know when they do that, that the games are going to run great on our hardware, but they're also going to be able able to be accessed across any screen because of all the other investments we make. So we're giving them an easy way to access as many players as possible. And we actually have more creators right now building for Xbox than ever before by nature, thousands of them by nature of those investments. And we got more to come. There's some exciting stuff coming out in hardware that we're going to share this holiday. And we're also invested in the next generation roadmap. And what we're really focused on there is delivering the largest technical leap you will have ever seen in a hardware generation, which makes it better for players and better for creators and the visions that they're building.
And then when we're talking about hardware too, there's these other considerations that are really important to our community, probably to each one of ourselves as well. When you talk about library, because I want to dig in on that a little bit more. You know, as we talk about cloud in the wider entertainment industry, there's conversations about streaming. How is that impacting how I own my content that I've invested in? So what can we say about our stance around game preservation?
Yeah, you know, one of the highlights for me of being in this position was getting to stand on stage when we announced back compat coming to Xbox One. Like, it was fantastic. People were reading the teleprompter before I could read it. Slow reader, and just feeling the energy in the auditorium as we were saying that and online. You know, one of the cues I think us as being part of Microsoft take is looking at Windows and how Windows over decades has maintained software compatibility with things that are built on it. Like, I can still go back and play some of the games that I love playing on Windows from decades ago, and it will still run. And we try to bring that same view to consoles. It's harder in console because the line between what the hardware is and what the game is in consoles is traditionally, it's tighter, which makes compatibility, you end up doing these generational compatibilities that we've built. But I will say compatibility, the ability to not only play the games, but my saves are still there with our cloud save systems to try to keep the services up as long as we can so that people can play, is a tenet of what we are as Xbox. It's at our foundation. And when we look at future hardware generations and what we're gonna support, making sure that we respect, which is the word I use, respect the investments that people have made in Xbox going forward is fundamental. And the fact that you get entitlements when you buy a game from us on both Windows and Xbox also means you have the ability to play that game across a multitude of devices, which I think furthers the compatibility of the games that you own.
Can we go back to what Xbox stands for today? I think we've pretty much covered all of the elements, but if you could break it down for me.
You know, when you play on Xbox, what we're saying is you're playing on a platform where you know the biggest games in the world are always going to be. You're playing on a platform where you get to access Game Pass. And all of the games from our incredible range of studios will always launch in Game Pass day one. And you're playing on a platform that's dedicated to you, like player-first features, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression, backwards compatibility, being able to play your games in your library anywhere you want because of the investments that we make in cloud gaming. And so you're playing somewhere where you're investing and you know you get to take the games forward with you and across all of the screens where you are. And I think most importantly, Xbox is a place where you know when you're investing in Xbox, you're investing somewhere that is dedicated to making games more successful and creators more successful so that they can invest more to bring even better experiences to you all of the time.
Yeah, just that investment in the studios is so, and we feel that as part of first party with the platform proximity. You know, it's kind of amazing now to look out across all the studios we've got and just be reminded that we're now one of the biggest development organizations in the industry. What does that mean for players? It means that the biggest games are going to continue to come to Xbox. And this 2024, the year coming up, we've got more than 10 major releases coming up. Great stuff. Hellblade 2. We've got Diablo expansion. We've got Avowed, Ara, the Indiana Jones game. And there's more in development, which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show. Cool. Well, thank you all for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tina.
Thank you.
All right, so I don't know. I really don't know, man. It's I don't know. It seems kind of I don't know. I don't know what to say. It felt like nothing was really shared. Only two, I think maybe 2 or 3 pieces of information really kind of helped. I mean, it's after watching this whole thing, at least now we can see that Xbox is here to stay. They didn't talk about any new consoles or hardware, which I was hoping they would do, but they didn't say there's none that are coming in the future or whatever. They didn't reveal what the 4 games that are coming out that are going to go multi-platform are. I have a feeling one of those is going to be Halo, because they confirmed that Starfield and Indiana Jones are not coming to PS5 or any multi-platform besides PC, of course. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's see what you guys have to say in the comments. Actually, let's actually watch
World
this.
are always going to be.
Which I think we're going to be able to share more about at our June showcase coming up pretty soon.
Well, I guess I should get ready to work on that show. Well, thank you all for showing up on the podcast today, and we'll see the rest of you this June.
Thanks,
And I'm
Thank you.
still #1 undefeated.
I love this. Oh, shit.
This
Someone
wasn't the
fix
funeral?
this.
I thought this was the funeral for you. This supposed to be out of here. Who you came for? And I'm still #1. You must.
I don't know how they ended up here,
This
but
is the reason why
This is
I
awesome.
told you goofies what was gonna happen, and I did it to you live. Oh, it was fantastic. 2,000 watching.
You seem like you've been holding on to this. You've been holding
Get it
this.
up. I told you we was gonna work you in the field. Oh, we gonna get Starfield. You get some Popeyes biscuits. Your whole COO came out, told you nothing for you this year. Now you need these
Oh my
4
God,
games.
he-
Y'all like, please,
going
what is
in.
the 4 games we gonna get? You're gonna get Pentiment. Redfall. You're praying in Sea of Thieves. Y'all like, please let it be Sea of Thieves.
Man, I feel like one of those might be Halo,
Yeah,
though.
put all those clowns in there.
They didn't
Don't
confirm
block
that
them.
Halo's
Let
not
them
coming
put
back.
clowns.
Alex laughing. Alex in
You
the chat.
watching? Yeah. Full fanboy.
So basically, we have a status quo. Let's add it. We have a stat. Now, all right, King. In fairness, they ain't named the 4 though. What's up with that?
They ain't named the 4. You know why? They want them to be on the lookout when they walk on your stage and give you the worst things we done with. You get our leftovers. Phil said you get leftovers.
Oh, man.
that we used them up already.
love that this
He said we
landed on-
used
I
them
love that
up,
the stream
and
landed on
we wanted to
this.
spread
This
it
is too
over
dope.
there so we can get some more reoccurring.
Not the sloppy seconds.
Yeah, we used them up already, so you can get some now. Yo, y'all getting
Don't
the
say
back.
it like that. You used them up.
Y'all getting the back of the mustard jar. You mustard hearts. All you dudes was writing those exposés. Oh, they changing Game Pass. They're gonna do this. They're gonna change this. And
No
what I
hardware
heard,
reveal. Yeah, no none of that. No
That's actually
Game Pass
good. They didn't announce
structure, no-
anything, any changes to Game Pass, which is really good.
All right, let's get to Tom.
So I'm
Let's get some
excited.
more-
That's really
let's
that's
be-
really, really
let's do
exciting.
see what's going on.
let's do
I was kind
something.
of worried that they were gonna
Something.
raise the
'Cause I'm
prices of
working
Game
them in the
Pass or
field.
actually add a
Oh,
new
Yeah.
tier or
man.
something.
I'm glad
I mean,
that you
is coming
tuned
in
in.
the
So
future,
keep
though.
putting all that clown stuff. Cause guess who's watching me? You goofy.
All right, so you said that none of the 4, especially the way where's Wild's publishing more games. Okay, da. Man, it's long. All right.
Did
You
they say
mentioned that
Day and Date
Starfield
is
and Indiana
still
Jones
ongoing
are
though?
part of the
That's
4, but
also
will those
really,
ever come
really
to
important
PS5?
factor, 'cause
Can
Day
you
and
rule
Date,
that
I
out?
feel
He said, I don't think we
can
should, as an
definitely
industry, ever rule out a
change
game
for
going to any
some
other
games.
platform. We're focused on these
But
4
that
games
was,
and
I
learning
mean, there
from
was
the
a lot of
experience.
information that was
But I
given
don't
off
want to create a false
in that, but it
expectation
was
on those other platforms.
comforting in the
This
sense
is
that, you know,
somehow
they're still
the
doing their
first
thing. That's
4
Xbox
to
still
get
doing their
over
thing.
the dam,
That only
and
4
then the
games are
dam's
going
going to open, that everything
multi-platform.
goes.
So, you know, with that said, I mean, it was a pretty decent podcast. I just wish they kind of confirmed what those 4 games were, but at the end of the day, they probably actually, I'm gonna be straight up, I think they actually changed what those games are. I think they changed. They probably change those 4 games and reworking what those 4 titles that are going multi-platform are. I have a feeling that maybe one of them is Halo. I mean, Halo is pretty old at this point, and I wouldn't be surprised if they bring in Halo, but not Halo Infinite. I think that's still a little too early, but you never know. Besides that, I do like the fact that they brought up that Activision Blizzard games are coming to Xbox. We've been wanting to hear that for a long time after hearing how they might not be on Game Pass and that it's probably going to remain third party, whatever. So that's good. They didn't mention anything about Game Pass tiers or anything that where the Xbox game, Activision games are going to be at the top tier, because that's pretty much good. But the thing they didn't confirm is no Call of Duty. They didn't confirm Call of Duty coming to Game Pass. They said Activision Blizzard, that's it, and then confirmed it starting with Diablo 4. So Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass. But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that was pretty decent, I would say. I would say is they didn't give us all the information we needed, but it was just good enough news to know that Xbox is still in the game, and hopefully consoles they still have some legs for a couple more years. And most importantly, our library. They did mention it and touch upon it with the library, being able to play anywhere, but they didn't talk about your Xbox library. So yeah, that's one thing I wish they touched upon, which is hardware and consoles. So yeah, there was no mention of that at all. But it feels good now, because honestly, I thought it would be a lot worse. I thought this podcast was going to be a lot worse, and we played with it, had fun with it, but it turned out better than I expected. Yeah, and not only that, PlayStation is not getting any of our games for some time, so I really hope they figure something out this year going into 2025. Yeah. Anyway, let me continue watching this. This is really cool.
And we didn't even say Hi-Fi Rush. They didn't even say that. So
I mean, but we gotta assume that.
Yeah. But
based
it
on
could
the
be,
data,
could be Redfall.
Could
be Redfall.
They could have
What you think,
changed it.
Jumping straight.
It could have been Hi-Fi Rush,
into
but they're probably
the
changing
river
it.
of Xbox King.
You never know.
And
I've been swimming in
Mike, turn your
there.
mic up. You're so low at it.
I'm talking directly into it.
I don't know why.
I've been swimming in there. The water fine. I'm good.
Yeah, I look. Do I think it? I still think they're going third party. Because
They are
at
third
the
party
end of
right
the
now.
day- At the end of the day, everything they said there, they said a whole lot of nothing.
Yup.
Right,
They
yeah, I
really
agree
didn't
with that.
say anything.
Not a
That's
damn
what I was.
thing.
That's the
Every
words I
time
was
they
trying to
brought
find.
up any kind
It
of
was just
third
pretty much
party
repeating
thing,
a
they
lot
pivot
and
towards,
making a
well, we
case
believe this is
for
the best
why
way for the
it's
industry.
great
And we
to-
want to reach more people.
Yeah.
Everything they said there screamed, we ain't going third party now because you guys roasted us for 2 weeks.
Nah,
We
that wasn't
gonna-
it.
Yeah, nah.
And we ain't going third party because Phil and them fought. That's the winning team.
Literally, Phil said at the beginning of the show, we were going to say this in March, but because of the recent transaction, what do you think he was talking
Yeah,
about, King?
because he said the Mustard Hearts is outside. Let me go calm them down. Let me calm down the Mustard Hearts. Let me go out there, even though they don't believe anything anyway. So let me go out there and tell them, yo, what it is.
I'm essentially
there.
seeing
Yeah.
them put us on like those little road things that like they put pigs on and they just slowly
Oh,
go around.
the slow road?
yeah, a rotisserie.
The rotisserie roast?
Look, at the end of the day, I do think that this delayed their initial plans of
That's
how
exactly
fast
what I
they're going
feel
to
too.
do
I
it.
feel
I
like
do
some
think
things
it's
were
going to be a
changed
lot
and
slower than
most
initially
definitely delayed.
followed. But no, I personally believe that what happened here was a small portion of what they were originally going to announce in March.
Do you think that the pushback, because you're a firm believer,
agree.
addict of
So,
100%.
the
Maybe they'll
public
talk about
sentiment,
consoles or
really
future.
pushed back and maybe thwarted those plans? To your point,
100%. See, here's
cool,
the thing: if it wasn't the feedback, why do the podcast today? They didn't care about
Right.
the feedback. Why jump their original plans?
Right.
They could have
No, I
easily
got you.
just took that heat and just went out with their original plans in March. They shortgunned it and did it now for a reason, because they were getting a lot of heat in the internet and they needed to address certain things. Here's the thing: everything they just said they didn't say. They said a whole lot of nothing. They wouldn't even
they
tell
definitely
you.
said a lot of nothing.
They
They
wouldn't
wouldn't
even
tell you what the
the
four
four
was.
games coming
That's
over.
true.
Right,
That is
right,
true.
yeah.
So it's just
What
like
do
you mean to you want me to think coming.
Interesting. I'll give you that. What about the fact that they felt the need to jump in front of Starfield and Indiana Jones not coming? What did you feel about that?
Because at this point, they don't need to address that. Those games, Starfield, at this
Well,
point,
why say those specifically, but not
because
say
those were the biggest ones that was on the internet, King,
Yeah.
and they wanted to address those ones.
Right.
But here's the thing: you guys, King can go on his little rants, that's fine, and the chat could think, "Oh, Attic L, that's fine." But I know for a fact Starfield was heading
Philip
to
Spencer.
PlayStation.
I
For
mean,
so,
fact.
so the Buster
Phil
Hearts did
Spencer.
their job then.
For a
made a
fact,
post.
I
for a
know
fact,
I know
you know
it's
for a
coming.
fact,
Check it
for a
out.
fact,
Yeah,
for a fact.
100%.
100%.
So you.
I mean, this is an interesting. Yeah, so it's not coming now. So actually, let me real quick. So there's a new post by Tom Warren, and it says Xbox chief Phil Spencer doesn't rule out Starfield and Indiana Jones coming to PS5. Let me quickly get that on the screen for you guys. Let's do that really quick, just so we can read it right here. Okay. All right, so over here, Xbox chief Phil Spencer doesn't rule out Starfield and Indiana Jones coming to PS5. So I kind of see that. They said it's not coming now, so Starfield and Indiana Jones aren't coming now, but they might be coming down the line. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, so that's true also. People are saying that if the 4 games that are coming to multiplat, if they do sell, then obviously they will do more. And I already felt like that was going to happen, to be honest with you. I don't like it. I'm not really happy with that fact, but you know what? Who cares? At the end of the day, it's just, it is what it is. But at the time, right now, they confirmed that Indiana Jones and Starfield are not coming to PS5. So that's just for now. This is really, really... Oh, yeah, we wanted to check out Phil Spencer's tweet real quick. Let's see what he says. Right here. This all means that the biggest games in the world will be available on Xbox with continued Game Pass Day 1 releases. So that's good. We got confirmed Day 1 games still coming, because with all those changes on the website, it kind of scared people, including me, that this might actually be not happening anymore. Who knows? Actually, it might be happening where their Day 1s are going to probably get kind of rolled out, like, they're going to probably just stop doing it as time goes on. Slowly kind of reeling it back, but because of the whole craziness that happened on the internet, maybe they just changed it for now, right? Let me just quickly switch something up. There we go. Let me quickly see the comments. But yeah, I totally feel like Game Pass Day 1 is gonna end in the future, and probably just add it into the ultimate tier. That's what I feel. Right now, they probably delayed it and kind of reeled it back and said that Day 1 releases will still come. And multi-year hardware roadmap, so that's good. So we got multiple years of hardware coming down the line, which is great. So that's good news for the console lovers out there like myself, maybe a handheld, and a commitment to a player-first platform. Don't know what that means, but sounds good. We are here to help creators reach the largest audience possible. The biggest games are larger than any one platform. Let me just comment because I like this news. I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, if you guys ask, I'm happy because I invested a lot in the Xbox ecosystem. I invested a lot in Game Pass. Remember, from the news of Activision being bought and all this stuff, I bought another 3 years. Like, they're already bought and paid for. There's no canceling. If I cancel it, it's just going to continue going on for those 3 years. So, it's good to see that Game Pass didn't really take any hit at all. I feel like it will, but hopefully it doesn't. When they saw the backlash on the internet, they probably won't change it at all. So hopefully Game Pass doesn't change at all in the future. What's up, Elite? How you doing, bro? Thanks for joining my stream. I appreciate it. So right now I'm just doing a live reaction about the Xbox event. I'm just checking out tweets from people, seeing how they've gone, seeing what's going on. See how people feel. Notifications pop up. I got some new followers. That's cool. Let's see what I want to see, like some new posts. Oh, okay, we got a comment here. Oh, he said smaller games. Halo isn't small. So, Craig, maybe you're right. Maybe those 4 games that are coming to multi-platform are indeed smaller games. I would hope so, that it's not Halo. I feel like Halo is just the embodiment of Xbox. I think if they want to release multi-platform games, that Halo should be the last one they think about. That's just my opinion. But if it's going to make them money, so be it. I highly doubt it will, and it might just kind of, really hurt the brand if it doesn't sell and does go multi-platform. So Ted Brace says the 4 games are going to be Sea of Thieves, Pentiment, Hi-Fi Rush, and Grounded or Killer Instinct, I think. That's a pretty interesting group of games. Hi-Fi Rush, I think, is probably the biggest one out of all of them. Sea of Thieves could be really popular like Minecraft. Pentiment, amazing game, but it's a very niche game, so I don't know. Grounded, I could definitely see because it's. I mean, yeah, I could probably see that. I appreciate you guys commenting, by the way, on my posts. Remember, if you want to leave a comment on my stream, I'll see it right here. If you want to reach me quicker. Oh, is this about Tales of Arise? Yes. Oh my gosh, guys, I love this game so freaking much. I jumped on from Star Ocean 6, and then I started. I said I wanted some more JRPG goodness. Got this for just for off a whim, and I got it with the Ultimate Edition. It comes with all the DLC, and it's such a great game. It's pretty long. I haven't beaten it yet because I beat Star Ocean 6, and I still need to do the secret dungeon on that one. But I'm probably like 3/4 in. No, I'm probably about 30% in of this game. So it's really, really good. Love the voice acting, love the characters, the design, the art, the freaking combat and the gameplay. This is coming to Game Pass in 5 days. If you have Game Pass and you never tried this game, now is the perfect time to try it. And the most amazing thing is that it got DLC recently, like 2 years after, like when did this game release? Was it 2019? Yep, years later, this game got full on DLC, which no one saw coming. That I have still not gotten. So yes, Tales of Arise. Yes, DJ Nabs. Tales of Arise, beautiful game. I love it, and I actually want to jump back on it again. I kind of do miss it. The combat is so fun. It's incredible. And it's action-based, not turn-based. I know a lot of people like that. So, yeah. let's see what people are saying about Phil Spencer. I mean, honestly, guys, I think this was good news. It was a light blow, especially after hearing PlayStation is doing the same thing. It was not bad. I'm gonna be here to say it straight up. I know it sucks, but it has to happen. Xbox games are gonna have to go multi-platform. That's just it. Hopefully not all of them, and hopefully they do it in a strategic fashion. But if it does, I don't mind it. As long as Xbox still reigns strong and continues building great games and giving us a platform where we can access our Xbox digital library, that would be so important. I want to access my Xbox digital games, my Xbox 360 digital games, and my current Xbox One and Xbox Series X digital games, just like I could with my Nintendo with my Xbox Series X here. I would love to do that on any other platform. But so far it's good. It just looks like it's not too crazy. It's not something that that people thought was going to be wild, because I was kind of worried about that. That was definitely something to be kind of worried about. What I was worried about was that they were just going on full third party, and they're ending consoles. How crazy was that, right? With the internet going crazy. But hey, I capitalized on it, and it was freaking funny and phenomenal. Had a lot of fun with it, but it was cool. There was some good news that came out of it, and it's just opened up our minds to it. I wish Xbox would have responded earlier, because pretty much they said a whole lot of nothing. We pretty much just confirmed a few things, which is good. But that's about it. DJ, we'll check it out, especially if it's landing on Game Pass. Yeah, it's going to be on Game Pass in 5 days. Dude, it's the future now. It's not about competition anymore. It's about adapting to survive. I think, yeah. I think you have it. It's the truth. I mean, we see all platforms doing it now. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they brought up a really good point. Microsoft, they're not really in competition with Sony, right? They're not really in competition with Sony. They're not in competition with Nintendo. Nintendo's not competing with any of them. Microsoft is in competition with Tencent. One of the biggest, gaming publishers or gaming divisions in the freaking world, with over $300 billion. And also the fact that they own almost 46% of the gaming industry, Tencent. And you think Microsoft is worrying about Sony right now? No, it's that when they said that in the podcast, it just unlocked my brain. I just felt like an achievement unlocked in my head, and now there's a new like rewiring in my brain that made me think like that's actually makes a lot of sense. So that's what Xbox is trying to go for. So as long as we continue having some form of hardware, because I think Microsoft has the ability to create some amazing hardware. Give us a portable Xbox. Work with Steam Deck if you guys want to go in and make your own hardware. Steam Deck, I think they hit it out of the park. It's the best PC handheld experience and hardware piece I've ever seen. ROG Ally is nice, but the Steam, I think, just really it really touched upon it perfectly. And just like compete in that sense, and be one of the biggest publishers and gaming divisions out there. And I think Microsoft has the chance to do that. Just hopefully they don't fuck it up. That's all. But could you also say that 4 games are a test to see how well it goes, and if it does, more will follow? He didn't flat out say Indiana Jones or Starfield would never go to PlayStation 5. Absolutely correct. He never said that it's like they never said that it's not coming to PS5 ever, but for now it's not. So the rumors were wrong, and as we should all know, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but the fact that he didn't say never does indicate that they probably did discuss it, that it would be coming to multi-platform. And they had to probably really reel it back because of the backlash on the internet. So it might happen in the future. Would I care? Would I really care if that happens? No. If it happens years down the line, I don't mind. As an Xbox, as someone who has an Xbox preferred platform, as a preferred platform, if it comes earlier on the Xbox and the others have to wait a year or so, then that's fine. But most likely they won't do that anyway. They probably want to capitalize as much as they can by releasing day and date. So little by little, I think it's going to happen. So you're going to have probably a year exclusivity, then it's 6 months, then it's 3 months, and then you're going to have day and date with everything once everyone just doesn't really care and everybody's just moving in the digital front, and there's really no hardware that's that holds on to, right? Yo, Virgo, what's up, man? I've been around. I've been here, man. I live on the internet. That's pretty much what I've been doing. I'm still doing my thing on the internet, and I haven't left. So, yeah, it's good to see you, man. Let's see what else we have. Some news here. So far, I mean, the internet is taking it really well. X is taking it really well, so that's good. Yeah, if you guys want to talk or message me, just be sure to comment. I'll see the comments on my account over here. So just be sure to, if you're watching on X or if you're watching on YouTube, just be sure to comment on the stream and I'll see your comment. What's up, Hamza? Thank you. Sit down, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you're doing well too. I'm hoping the new hardware includes a handheld gaming device. Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, I really, really love the Steam Deck. I feel like that's the future. If consoles like Nintendo was already ahead of the game when it comes to that. Like, technically it's not a console, it's a handheld, but if you can have a handheld that's strong enough to take with you and play all your games, like for instance your Xbox digital library games, and then you can hook it up to a dock. Like I got the dock here for the Steam Deck, and then just play on the TV in a seamless manner. That's it. That's all I would want as a gamer. I don't like gaming on my phone. I have the iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, iPhone 15 Pro. I do not like gaming on my phone. I'm sorry. I'm just one of those guys who just doesn't like using a touch screen to play their games. I don't want to have to hook up a controller and have the screen on it and look like a goofball. I already look like a goofball as it is. I don't want to look any more of a goofball. Because if I'm going to have a controller to have to carry with me and hook it up on the phone, I might as well just carry a handheld with me, I might just, carry this. It's almost the same size as a controller, an Xbox controller. Why would I have to do that? Having a dedicated device is always better in my opinion. That's just me. Let's see what else we have here. What's up, Deco, all the way from Wales, UK. Wow, thank you so much for watching me. How you guys doing? I know some of you guys that are jumping in this stream are from my main channel. I appreciate you guys jumping in, and some of you might not even know what I'm talking about or don't even care about video games, but what's up? This is my passion. I love video games, and I like talking about them. So if that interests you, awesome. If not, just let's talk about anything other than games if you want. But yeah, I'm just looking at the news here right now. Did Phil Spencer post again? Oh, he posted again. Interesting. So Phil posted again. Let me switch up really quick so you could see right here. It says Xbox is keeping our promise to bring more games to more players around the world. Okay, I mean, that's good. You're supposed to be bringing more games. We want more games. That's all we've ever wanted from Xbox. With an incredible year of major releases like Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Avowed, Aura, History Untold, Towerborn, and more, 2024 is going to be a great year for Xbox, or it's going to be great for Xbox. I think it is indeed. I think it's going to be an amazing year for Xbox. We already knew that. And this kind of quells the whole fear that we might have, Xbox might have, was going to just fade away. But Xbox has always been, technically third party because they have Minecraft, they have, what hell, what else do they have that's multi-plat? It can't just be Minecraft. Okay, I'm kind of brain farting right now, but if you guys can write in the comments. They've been doing it before, and you really didn't notice it. But oh yeah, and Call of Duty is another one, obviously. But yeah, that was much more recent. So Diablo 4 is coming to Game Pass in March 28th. I couldn't wait, man. I couldn't wait, and I just bought it. And I'm glad I did. It was a phenomenal game. I beat it. Absolutely incredible. And the end game is really nice. It was a bit of a grind though, but I heard they fixed that, so I might jump back into that because I bought another freaking I bought like 2 battle passes that I haven't used yet, which is cool. I like that fact that you get to use it whenever you want because, you know, sometimes you just don't have the time to kind of sit when you be forced that you have to finish the battle pass or whatever they call it. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think in the future, Starfield and Indiana Jones will come to PlayStation 5. Who cares? You know? If that's the plan that they want to do, they could do it. But right now, it's not. So it might take a long time for it to come because they're going to test with these 4 games. And that's going to take quite a while. So if you're waiting for it to come to PS5, you're still going to have to wait. So you might as well just get it on PC when it comes out, or get it on an Xbox if you have an Xbox, or get it on Game Pass if you want Game Pass. So, yeah. I was actually going to buy Diablo tomorrow. Well, you're lucky because it's coming to Game Pass on March 28th. So if you want to wait, you could wait. I would say use that money to probably buy some expansion or something. How's the live, by the way? Is the quality good? Let me know. Overall, I think it was decent. I'm not gonna rate it. There's really nothing to rate there because it was a whole lot of like just pretty much same thing. It was repeating. They're just making their case that, you know, kind of easing us into the fact that we're gonna have a lot of multi-platform third-party games coming from Xbox, which is obvious. I mean, that's where the direction of the industry is heading. But I was hoping that they'd give us more information, like what are the 4 games, or what other games can you confirm are not coming to, like, you know, Starfield and Indiana Jones, but you know, what other games can you confirm, like Halo? They didn't mention Halo at all. Platforms, what platforms? How's the hardware looking? Console information. I guess all that is probably going to be talked about in March. And then we got June, which is a showcase in June for newer games, which is really exciting. So that's very awesome. So the fact that we have even newer games that are going to be announced in June, and we're not just going to be relying on these games here that are coming out this year, is already incredible. And I'm really excited about that. But that's what I would say. I would wish they kind of talked more also about the Xbox library. They kind of touched upon it, but they didn't really say how are you going to be able to access all your Xbox library, like the library you have from your Xbox Series S, you know, like, are you going to be able to take that with you anywhere? Is there a way to access that on other platforms? So, I mean, it looks like everything, I'm trying to find the best words for it, but it feels like, honestly, that all the worries that we had and all the rumors that were going around are going to happen. They just kind of got delayed. You know what I mean? They just kind of got pushed back, which is fine, which is great. You know, I mean, it just comes to show how strong the Xbox fans and community is. When they really don't want something, they could make a change. It's happened back then with PlayStation 4. When they saw the backlash from Xbox fans towards Xbox One, when they were, you know, selling a $500 console with Kinect that you had to get, and DRM and all that bullshit, always online, and TV. They saw the backlash from the fans because of that. PlayStation, they were going to do the same exact thing as Xbox. They were going to have that because now they do it. All console systems, they do, right? they rolled that back and they're like, oh, we're not going to be DRM. We're going to be DRM free. We're not going to be always online. And you could trade your games. So when you buy a game, it's not going to be a key or whatever. So PlayStation really played on that. So that was because of the fan base. That was because of the fans and the backlash of the fans. But I do want to state, look at it now. Back then, when Xbox One was making their announcement, we were all against the fact of having DRM and always online, but now these consoles are always online, and the CDs, physical CDs that you buy are not the full game. You're always downloading a patch. It's just a key to play the game. Yet everyone's okay with that now. Same thing is going to happen now. We are going third party, whether we like it or not. Like, I mean, there's Xbox not going to go full third party, but a lot of Xbox games are going to be multi-platform. We don't like it now. They're reeling it back just like they did back then with the whole PlayStation 4 and Xbox One situation. They're reeling it back now, and little by little, they're going to ease it in to the point where you and I are going to be like we are here now, not even caring about the fact that these consoles are always online, require keys when you buy the physical disc, and that whole DRM bullshit. I mean, we're okay with it now, right? And it's forced upon us. It's going to happen, whether you like it or not. So I would say accept it, embrace it, and just move on and continue making Xbox, the Xbox community, the best community there is. But you can't beat the fact that we're getting a lot of great games, and the Game Pass is still another thing I really liked is that they touched upon Game Pass, which I'm surprised. The fact that they touched upon Game Pass because of the backlash on the internet shows that there was some changes that were going to happen to Game Pass, but they also rolled that back. So they specifically mentioned that Game Pass Day 1 is still here and will continue. They didn't say forever, but they said it will continue, and we're still going to get those Day 1 Game Passes. But I honestly think it's not going to be for every game, and it's going to slowly fade away and probably moved up to a tier of Ultimate, where if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you get all that goodness. Just my idea, all right? So, yeah, let's see the comments here. What's up, Ryan? I'm really good. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for joining the stream. I wonder if they will officially release Xbox Game Pass Friends and Family in June. Yeah, I remember they had this whole family thing back in Xbox One days, right? If I'm not mistaken. I skipped the whole Xbox One generation, by the way. It was terrible. I was so angry as an Xbox fan. Like, I was really angry. I refused to buy an Xbox One. And I always buy all the consoles. The Xbox One era was the first console era where I did not buy the console. I ended up buying it towards the end of the console year with the Xbox One X, where they had, they had this promotional, this promotion going on where you traded in your old Xbox, whether it's a Xbox Elite. I wish I didn't do that, to be honest with you. I kind of miss my Xbox Elite. You trade in your Xbox Elite as long as it's working, and you get like $80 off the Xbox One X. So I was like, you know what? With this discount, the console's already like $300, and you get a free Gears of War 4 game plus another game. So you get 2 games free, 1 digital and 1 physical that you get to choose. I was like, I'll do it. I like the Xbox One X. It's the best looking console I've ever seen. I loved it, and it reeled me right back into the Xbox ecosystem. It was just beautiful. It was sleek in design. It was the strongest console at the time, and it was really nice and small. It was thin. It wasn't too crazy with its footprint. And it's really when I just came back in, I was like, this is what... And they removed the whole Kinect bullshit. And I was like, this is where we should have started the Xbox One era with, even though the Kinect was successful, but I feel like having it forced, really hurt. Because I didn't want to deal with that shit. I'm not, if I don't want another Wii. Anyways, that was years ago, but you just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, so check this out. Phil Spencer also kind of quells the whole situation. He doesn't want to give like fans from the PlayStation 5 or old multi-platforms any false expectations that just because he's not ruling out Starfield and Indiana Jones, that means it's going to be coming down the line. So the first 4, he doesn't want, so basically this is what he said, and I quote, "But I don't want to create a false expectation on those other platforms that this is somehow the first 4 to get over the dam and then the dam's going to open and that everything else is coming. That's not the plan today." And he's speaking, in the case of Starfield, Indiana Jones, and all these Xbox first-party exclusives to be going multi-platform. "I also don't want to mislead customers on those other platforms. We are launching these 4 games, and we're excited about it. We're excited about the We're excited about the announce and everything else. I guess we're excited about the announcement and everything else, but we'll see what happens for our business." That's good. That's great. I mean, that's good. I mean, there's nothing. He doesn't want to give false hope. Doesn't want to give false hope. Oh yeah. Anyways, I'm probably gonna join. You know what? Would it work if I do that? Like joining a space while streaming? Test? All right, how about you guys actually listen to this with me?
And PlayStation 2, Nintendo, whatever. Like, I'm only interested in games on those respective systems if I can't get them anywhere else. I really don't care, like, oh, this game looks better on this one. I care about, like, exclusivity. Otherwise, I would just play on PC, right?
Facts.
There's no point.
And that's what I'm telling people, like, this is my last console generation. Why? Because I don't see a point, right? Because
G9 is terrible, yeah.
PlayStation is obviously getting ready to put their games day and date on PC. And if PC get PlayStation games day and date, and Xbox games day and date, you'd be an idiot to buy a console. A fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah, you'd be an idiot. Because PC already gets the best deals, right? The best game prices. That's number one. PC is going to be around forever, so you never have to worry about, the console not being there and you lose access. And Sarah said something today. I should take her to task, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow because she said, oh, you get to, like, stream all your games that you own on the Xbox with you wherever. And I said, nigga, no, you can't. I'm like, stop saying that shit. Like y'all announced that shit like 2 years ago, and we never heard anything from it.
All right, I don't think it's a good idea to be streaming this because there's gonna be a lot of cursing and a lot of bad words. So, thank you guys so much for joining this stream. I'll be doing more of these later. I might actually stream again later tonight. I just got to get my Steam Deck ready. So yeah, my friend's coming over. I'm gonna give him a Steam Deck. I'm gonna surprise him with a Steam Deck because I like that. I just love a Steam Deck. So we're gonna give him one today. I hooked him up. Put a lot of great games on it. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the stream. I will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. I believe with the Huggable Hipster. I'm gonna be on her podcast tomorrow. If you guys want to join that would be awesome. But right now, I think I'm just going to jump out and listen to this space and see what people have to say. Might join it if you guys want to hear me talk over there. Again, thank you so much for the support and listening to the stream. For what it's worth, I think Xbox is still here to stay, and I'm very excited about that.